Yes, I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Whip it, shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you block them off. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck goose linebacker coming through. Yeah, hit him with the spin of the Jew. Yeah, we gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah, and I spend a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him. We some animal, yeah, we some gobbler. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my highlight, my property. Do a quarterback, sneakers on foot.
Chucky is back. They go play action here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Carr will try it again on second down. And boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Carr now to throw, and the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they need it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Gone. They got a man over the middle, it's Woods. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off, sometimes you're just rounding it, sometimes there's a fake, sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
To throw on second down is Gone. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. Off to Woods as the Rams move the chains.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage, but now...
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. For these Raiders, a couple of years ago, 12-4, 2017, big-time disappointment, 6-10. But as they head out on offense here, optimism abound because on headset number 1 is a man named John Gruden.
And I would expect this team to take on his image in a big way. And I'm not just talking about the media look, right, with the snarling face and all. I'm talking about what he demands from his teams. Toughness on both sides of the ball.
Offense.
So that means they're going to run the heck out of the football. Marshawn Lynch, get ready. You're going to get a lot more touches. Now, on the defensive side, Khalil Mack, a heck of a representative for what you want from a defensive football team.
They'll run it out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Get down, get down.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are... Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Woods. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Rams add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
And he at least 3 points. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Samson Abukum with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
This is the rookie from USC, Ronald Jones, his first NFL carry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On second down, it's Jones. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Woods. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Throw left side complete. It's Woods. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session if he's saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more times.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Well, we turn our attention to the Rams here as the offense comes out. And so many positive vibes around this club entering 2018. Their 3rd season back in L.A., a new stadium on the way. And coming off of last year, Charles, and you said this to me in the car on the way over, it's going to be interesting to see what this year brings.
That's because they will actually be the team that's hunted now. And they haven't been that for a long time, meaning they're sitting on top of the NFC West. Many people think they might be the team to beat in the NFC overall, even with the Eagles and the Vikings staring at them. So explosive on offense last year. Defense kept getting better. And in the offseason, the defense added cornerback Marcus Peters, added defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh, both Pro Bowlers. They think that they're ready right now to challenge for a Super Bowl, and they intend to go for it.
Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. 3rd down, passing passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken short. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
Well, I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Give to Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. So we played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 14-7 is the score. And we're back to Oakland after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
They're on the march, but facing a third down here. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Carr gives to Rashard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself. That was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Goff on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Goff now looks to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big time play?
They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when.
It's the first NFL touchdown of the young career of Ronald Jones. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And our focus now moves to Jordy Nelson. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Hand off to Richard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Here's a give to Richard. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
He finds Roberts, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
On first down, Carr. And he completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, you said a minute ago, put the circle around his number, get him involved. There's his first catch, although it's hardly the breakout play I guess he's probably waiting for.
Yeah, but they just want to get him going. Just have the ball in his hands anyway. And guess what? Now the threat is out there for the defense. They know he's a dangerous player.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ross. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Goff now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Hey, 76! 76! Hey, 76! 76! 76! Start left here. 76!
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
He'll get it up the middle and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Goff. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Back to throw. Goff. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game. Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. First carry for Doug Martin, the 2-time Pro Bowler in Tampa. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Goff now to throw. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good. Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Ross on the return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Throw left side complete. It's Woods. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
Now it's gone. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient. Follow his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Rams on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They're running with Gurley. Todd Gurley unable to get it past the line. And the Raider D, they get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel...
Trying to get it to LaFell, but it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. Maverick, Maverick.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's Gurley. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll try and run it in with Jones, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And able to get them inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
76, kill, 76, 76,
Now a handoff for Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Rams add on to their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Down! You waiting? What's up? What's up?
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A Raiders 1st down, Carr hooking up with Cook.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's gonna go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Value 3!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Dude.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. To throw is Goff. They got him in. It's Woods. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, it's gone. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air again. Goff dumps it off to Gurley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
76, tell him. 76. 76.
They'll come out in the pistol. He'll get it up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Go. Al, we go.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal.
How about that for defense? Every hole plugged up. Can't run it inside, can't bounce it outside. That sets up 4th and goal from the 2. Right now, advantage defense.
They'll go with Jones. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Ronald Jones making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Rams add on to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now Gurley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
76, tell him. 76. 76. We're good. We're good.
Here's a give to Jones running left. Fancy footwork in midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, gone. And this is going to be incomplete. Looking for Woods that time, and now it's second down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
Hey, lift! 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 Lift!
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from tilting the rock that much.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, lift! 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 Go! Lift! Bang, 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 bang!
They'll run it with Jones. Oh, he goes up top. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Starting left here.
Now Jones. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do it.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now Carr throwing on second down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Get set. 180.
From the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, 4 down.
Throwing now, Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that